Brews and Banter.
Hi, Frank.
Right. Hey, Paul.
Hi, Roman. Hello, Heather.
I was looking at this beer, like, what's going on here? Yes, hi, Heather.
We're all drinking sours today.
Well, okay, what did you guys sell?
This is Baby Blue from
Big Oyster.
Big Oyster. So this is where we went in Delaware. You want to try some before you try for the folks?
This was a collaboration beer.
Yeah, so they're a group of women that work with breweries and they sell beer or they make beer.
It's almost like a creamy.
Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
but they do they give proceeds to women-owned breweries and they support them. Yeah,
They raise money, and then at the end of the year, a woman-owned brewery gets awarded all the money they raised.
I love that.
Yeah, so we tried to support. We went for a launch of this beer, and it was fun.
Beer.
we've been to New Orleans. We're worldly. We're not. We're country.
Our podcast is listened.
National.
National. That's all right. I'm glad you're here.
Our podcast is listened worldwide.
That's awesome. I love
in
it.
different languages too, like their local language.
Okay.
Who gives you us? We're here.
That's right. That's right.
Heather is with us. So thank you for joining us. Please introduce yourself and what we're going to talk about.
Oh, I don't know. We can.
Well,
I'm Heather Wood. I've lived in Walkinsville for the last 20 years. Went from being a hermit, introvert that nobody knew me, to life changing abruptly, and now a little more public facing and working with community organizations, the schools, and started a new little project called Stupendous Love. That's my new business. It's a little seedling and growing legs for now.
It doesn't seem so little, though. I mean, I see a lot of stuff and a lot of things happening. Well, how little is little?
It's probably bigger on social media, which is fantastic. My private little 200 or 300 person Instagram, Facebook, whatever, blew up after Ava passed a couple of years ago. A lot of people reaching out to offer support, wanting to follow me, kind of see who I am, what my life was like, what my life is like now. And I mean, still peanuts in the grand scheme of social media, but there's a few thousand followers, and it's been fun to have that journey and celebrate and remember and have laughs. And, so I'm local, but a little international like you guys too.
Yeah.
I'll do little projects here and there, ornaments for Ava. I've done a couple of years in a row, and inevitably every year I've gotten a few ornaments from overseas, which is really fun.
Nice.
Well, people send them to you?
You send them to me?
fun.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Ava just so listeners?
Absolutely.
know?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
So-
What would you like to know? So Ava was my daughter.
Yeah.
She was 14 years old when she passed. For those that don't know, she passed in a murder-suicide. She was killed by her father. Very complicated, complex situation, but he was struggling with some mental health. Very abrupt. I think it really wrecked the community. You guys being, members of the community, I'm sure you felt it, you saw it, you see it. And it's been a journey. I feel like my journey and my path has been a bit different and probably unconventional compared to others that have lost someone. I'm not a go to the group therapy session type person. And I really credit a lot of that to who I am, but also all of the community here in Baldwinsville, across, central New York, friends and family, connections I've made, people that were complete strangers before that are now dear friends.
Sure.
And knowing who Ava was. And then I actually had the bittersweet fortune of, after she passed, getting to know her even better and finding out about all of these little things she would do, where she was a teenager and probably did some things she wasn't supposed to, nothing too off the wall, but a lot of secret acts of kindness that I never knew about, but parents would reach out or students would reach out. She's larger than life, right? So she was an old soul from the day she was born. She was a foodie, which is fantastic. I'm a foodie.
Oh,
I mean, we have to keep all things in balance. So I do like to be active. She was active, right, in sports and soccer. But really just this really cool person that I'm so fortunate got to be in my life for a really long time. Yes, she was my daughter, but man, what a cool person. And I can look at it in that light. And for me, my grieving or healing has been celebrating and helping others through this like really unexplainable and very hard to understand situation, especially from the outside. Like, how does a parent do that when really behind the scenes there was a lot more to it?
Sure.
So,
Yeah, I mean, people wouldn't see that, I suppose.
yeah, probably not. But I mean, really, for me, life is. I want to live a long life and I want to live a happy life. That's what I would have wanted for her. And while all of this is very complicated and complex, if she were still here or if the roles were reversed with her and I, regardless, amidst the tragedy, and I hate to play the what if scenario, but what would I want for her?
Yeah.
And I think it would be doing her life a disservice to live in sadness and shame, but really to celebrate who she was. And again, she was a cool kid and a cool human that wasn't overly youthful. So I want to emulate that and live my life that way.
That's a good way. I mean, you have people reach out to you, maybe unfortunately had something similar and asking you like, how do you deal with it? Because not everybody is
Yeah,
for a therapy like yourself, right?
correct.
Maybe you just need right people around.
Yeah, so I have gone to therapy for a long time, even before this. I've had some other situations happen in life that I've recognized the value of it. I go even when I feel great because it's kind of like that your annual physical with the doctor, right? Just keep going, know yourself, like
Yeah.
hey, and that's exactly. But it's funny that you asked that. I try and get out of the house a little bit. I have worked remote for a long time and now doing Stupendous Love a little bit more. I try not to get too isolated in my home. So I went out to a coffee shop to do some work on some bills, email, all the things today. And as I'm getting kind of wrapping things up, a young lady reached out to me. She pulled the chair up next to me at the table and
Oh,
said,
just today.
just today.
Okay.
Said, hey, I don't know if you know me. So we've connected on social media. I'd love to reach out to you. And I'll leave it there. Just
Yeah.
say this and then.
Yeah.
I think that they're local.
Nobody listens.
We don't know them, but I'm going to assume everybody listens to that. So just out of respect for their situation, but I thought it was so sweet. And I do get that more often than you would think. And out to dinner with some friends a short while ago, and I got a message from kind of an extended family member who lives on the other side of the country about a family that just went through something very similar to me. And they said, would you be comfortable reaching out to a total stranger? Because I think they could use your support. So I'm trying to find my space and where I can help people.
Yeah.
Because everyone's situation is different. Everyone's journey to their next chapter is different. But I'm happy to talk to anyone, be a support.
Well, so you're also growing because you're taking down some of your walls, maybe some things that maybe you weren't comfortable with, and sort of figuring out what you want to do, what you can do, and what you're comfortable doing.
Yeah.
You know.
It's hard. It's nice that you're able to reach out to somebody because um I like that you're transparent, Sid, and sometimes on your social media you actually say today I'm not having a good day. A lot of people use social media to hide the bad and always they do positive.
For sure. I want to be honest and authentic. Do I like to dress up or put myself together? Share all the fun things I'm doing? For sure. Because really that's what I'm striving for, is to have, as few bad days, whatever a bad day is, right? We all have them, as few bad days as possible, and have as many good days and whatever good is that particular day. But for Stupendous Love, one of the biggest messages I want to share with Stupendous Love is that it's embracing the whole of life. So regardless of the scale of your struggle or the scale of your success, it's really everything that lives in the middle, those ordinary days that define your wholeness and your happiness, and that you have to take the bad with the good. And kind of like that salt and sugar, right? The salt makes sugar better, sugar makes salt and savory foods a little bit better. So taking that out a little bit.
We do beer and whiskey, but yeah.
It's same as sugar and salt, beer and whiskey, same thing, right? Same concept.
I like your page that it's more realistic as well.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. And I think that to people who maybe had a struggle or dealing with something similar, they might look at other pages and be like, man, that's bullshit. That's not real.
Mhm.
But like you can look at your page and be like, yeah, I can
Yeah.
relate.
Authentic.
Thanks.
for sure.
I hope so. I really try to remember. It's fun to get in the habit of posting things and
Yeah.
nice things like, oh, I feel comfortable in my own skin today or in this outfit, and fun and easy to post those things. But I do have to remember when I'm sitting on the couch and I'm having a day where maybe it's just nothing in particular but life and it feels heavy and maybe I'm going through a bit of a depressive episode. That's honest and that's real life, right?
Yeah,
So I gotta show that as
It's-
well. And then I think I shared something really stupid yesterday, but well, I have a lot of friends and that will help me out with things that I need should I need them. I'm also hyper independent. And I think I posted something that was stupid. Like I was on a ladder with a hatchet and a hammer
I
and
I saw
and a power washer trying to take care of things around the house. Right? That's real life.
Yeah,
So as
yeah.
much as I like to get dressed up and do girly things and have fun in that respect, I'm just as messy as anybody else.
Yeah.
But it's not just bad. It's not just traumatic. Like Stupendous Love is just, it's not helping you deal with something it's not just helping you deal with something bad. It's just also how just to do things that make you happy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's life, right?
Yeah.
And stupendous love is how do you live? It's live boldly and love stupendously. Life happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be. I would certainly hope for most individuals not traumatic, but things happen. Loss of a loved one, loss of a job, sudden illness. Sometimes just your own physical health fails you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, any of those things, or you know what, maybe you got a bill in the mail you weren't expecting. Not always a fun day, right? So, yeah, not necessarily a grief or healing related space, although there's certainly real support for that.
Yeah. I get that way with onions. I see onions like, fuck you, onion.
It's a hard time. It's his kryptonite.
So you will be getting him onion goggles for Christmas. Yes?
So
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna
I've been trying.
I'm gonna get you Ryobi.
Sneaking like
I'm gonna get you Ryobi because you love the wall.
Oh no.
I'll get you some onion powder.
Yeah.
Food.
Bless you.
Where did the name Stupendous Love come from? Like what gave you that idea?
Great question. I think even though I didn't know it, this has been in the universe and in the works for a long time, even long before everything happened, and I could have never known. But looking back, I'm like, oh, I wonder if like the seedlings were there. I was thinking about it. And after she passed, watching everyone create events, fundraisers, do special nods or whatever to Ava, I knew I had a space or there was something I was supposed to add to it or carry on, and I didn't know what it was. Book, a podcast, a website, just a social media account. I didn't know. And I mulled it over for a really long time. I would be in the car and I would, get my phone out and send Siri a text and say, write a note and write this note. And I would come up with a name or a title or a name. And there's probably hundreds of variations. And I say it on them and I would go back and read them. And one of them happened to be Stupendous Love, and it stuck. It like felt really whole and really perfect. And I just sat on it and sat on it. And finally I'm like, I think this is it. Let me start building off from this because that's really what this whole experience after he was passing is about, like, is big stupendous love. That's what she lived. It was really fun and largely wholesome, and you could feel it. And I feel like I received a lot of that from everywhere, every corner of the earth. So really kind of a full circle.
She
don't-
definitely had like an impact on the community because, like you said, when she passed, we all heard about it, we all felt it, and it's amazing that such a young person can have that kind of a reach. That you're still hearing stories about her.
Still hearing stories.
Yeah, that's what happens. As it relates to this business, you're hearing these stories, but you're still finding out things about her that you didn't know, which is what's still happening. Is things happening in
yeah.
your business that you don't know. So it kind of correlates.
And a lot of kids will reach out, but now, even a few days ago, I got a letter from someone who is a parent and said, I feel like I have to share this with you. My child, ... This is a circumstance of their life. They struggled with this a little bit and then paused on this thought for themselves and said, well, this thing that was a challenge never would have been a challenge if it wasn't for said situation. And in said situation, I was there with Ava, and Ava and I became friends, or Ava and I became deeper friends. And because of that, my life is better.
Mhm.
And it's crazy. I mean, it's so humbling, so bittersweet. And I'm like, man, that gets like,
Right.
it's like, I wish I knew her, but I didn't know her, right? And it's incredible 3 years later to see the impact she's still having. And in some of these cases, individuals aren't realizing it, even not until later, right? It's
Right.
the gift of hindsight.
Yeah.
So.
I get goosebumps on my bald head. I felt it.
Well, I'm glad you clarified where they were.
No, but like I just felt the rush. It's amazing. I mean, like you said, we don't know these things about our kids, right? Like, and then it's unfortunate that something like this has to happen to learn,
Yeah.
to learn these things. But I love that how many kids she's been involved with and touched and have felt those individual stories that they can hold on to.
Mhm.
And willing to share at some point.
And
Yeah.
willing to share.
Yeah.
And she was never afraid to make friends. She would be a little shy in a couple of situations, but when no one was looking, like all of her guards were down, and she made a lot of friends, like a friend of a friend of a friend, or someone's cousin, and the other side of the country, and she became their friend and impacted them, and kind of a hairy situation if you're a parent. And so I was checking in and
Yeah.
what's going on, who are you talking to, where do you know them from? It's scary. It's a scary world on the internet, but
Yeah.
somehow, to my knowledge, knock on wood, she came out unscathed and really used that as a platform for good and connection. And who knew at
That part's
12,
scary.
13, 14, someone that young can make such deep connections that are that deep.
Now, do you remember me and my wife
Mm-hmm.
in child time? I think it was child time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because our daughters were seeing.
I remember. Yeah. I
Long
remember.
time, much less gray. See what happens? I wasn't
To
like
all
this,
of
so we
us.
started this podcast.
I think my hair is brunette. So
Well, that's evolution, right?
Embracing
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
But-
I remember.
When you said you started to meet people you never even knew before and they become friends and help you, I want to mention Raisa at PLN. And I went to your Stupendous Love event. Try to spread the word as well. And about the hat and the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I was wearing a hat for a while and everybody was like, "Oh, what's that?
More.
What's that?" Thanks for that. The coupon flyer thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
order more. But I was like, oh, and it was my first time actually wearing something that someone actually asked about it.
Oh,
Like
really?
they didn't ask me for about our podcast merchandise I wear. But I wore that and I had a few people ask me, what's that
Oh, I
logo
love
on
it.
the hat?
Perfect.
So, I told them about it and I said, I'm gonna go check it out. And so is this like a nonprofit? Like, how would you
Right now
describe it?
it's a business, so I don't want to deceive people into believing it's a nonprofit, and I hope I've never shared it that way. I don't know what direction this will grow, or I shouldn't say what direction it will go into. I don't know what it will grow into. There will always be a charitable component to it. In what way, shape, form that takes, I don't know. I could see over 5 or 10 years a charitable foundation comes out of it. If it's something that I need to put more time, effort, etc. into, then that might take that direction. But what will come out of it is, while the Stupendous Love itself is not a nonprofit, there will be fundraisers and charitable components. Right now, I have a newly established scholarship in her name. So there's a scholarship that was established in Baldwinville shortly after she passed. The community, strangers at large, have been incredibly generous in that scholarship is very well funded and will likely outlive me. And I'm very grateful for all of those contributions. And one thing that has been on my mind since she passed and after that scholarship was established is her reach was far farther than Baldwinsville. And not to discount Baldwinsville, but I haven't established anything yet to formally give back outside of the Baldwinsville community. So establishing this national scholarship, it's smaller and it's growing. I partnered with bold.org. It's a 501c3 organization so that people can make contributions. Those are tax deductible, right, depending on how people file their taxes. So they can make those charitable donations in their name with their own dollars, and it's separate. There will probably be more events to fund that in the future. And quite honestly, privately, without the existence of Stupendous Love, I've done what I can to give back to the community, support other charitable organizations or causes that were tied to Ava in one way, shape, or form. And I hope to continue to do that. And we'll see kind of how that builds out. There will always be a give back component, and it'll never be your for-profit entity in whole and in purview without giving back. And it will always be a nod to Ava in some way.
I think you have to build something in order to give back, right? Like you can't just give away and just always be negative and struggling. So you got to build something successful in order to give. So for example, I can contribute now. Let's say, for example, our podcast, right? We're not making any money, but we're giving a little bit. But imagine if the podcast grows and if you make more money, well, now we give back more money.
Correct.
So you grow something that produces enough funding in order to give back more.
And that's what we wanted. That's part of it.
That's
the goal. Like we don't want to keep this for ourselves. We do what we can. I mean, we're a great community doing it, right?
It's the perfect community. It's such a hybrid of all the things and all the people. So what a great place to start. And I completely agree, right? You build something so you can give more back. And I hope to grow it's really big so I can give back in bigger or stupendous ways, right? That's the ultimate goal. Right? Help other people and help those connections feel really good in your core and fun and not having grief felt, but give back.
Yeah. And just because you don't see on the surface what's being given back, there's other ways that we give back that other people don't see it. So it's like it's not fair to be judged for like, oh, you're making all this money, but you're like, but you don't know that.
That's correct. And I've experienced that quite a bit. Now, a little bit with Stupendous Love. Some I'm making some assumptions based on people's behaviors. But also just since they've passed, I know that there's been some feelings or assumptions and not all of the information or facts. And it's challenging sometimes and a little heartbreaking. However, I have to recognize everyone takes their own path and they understand things in their own way. And sometimes it falls under that don't ask questions you don't want answers to, so you just don't ask. And so information is absent, but you're right. People don't understand the whole story or they don't ask because it's uncomfortable. And I recognize that and it's okay.
And the way we give back, not everything has to be transparent about it, right? Like maybe
I think sometimes it loses its luster when there's publication and publicity behind it.
Yeah, like, are you doing this to make it public or are you doing this truly from your heart? Like if I'm not, there are times when I'm just down and I think algorithm knows and it starts feeding me all these like feel good videos, like people do good deeds and things like that. And like I watch it and I tear up. It's like, oh, there people are still good out there.
I think there needs to be a mix of that public, keep it to yourself and keep it private or in a small group. And then some that needs to be shared because you need to know, I think in this day and age, if there's still good in the world and good people or, the warm and fuzzy things.
Can we touch on it just a little? You said strangers at large. So I've never heard of this. Is this an organization like you said?
Oh, no. Just like strangers at large would like just make a song.
I thought there was some sort of group like the what's that thing you talking about? The hidden skulls or the magic skulls or whatever.
Well, we could start a group or another podcast, Strangers at Large.
Yeah, that's
fine. Like interviewing people on the street, just random people.
Great, let's do that. But then we wouldn't be strangers.
No, you just pick.
We interview the strangers.
You just interview the strangers.
Let's do that. I'm fine with it.
All right.
I think you learn a lot of surprising things. And some very entertaining, some terrifying, but
that's so terrifying.
Yeah.
We could do that, but I was
Stranger
It's just-
Things. It's your next podcast.
But I thought there was some sort of group you're talking about. It's like some sort of like secret society of people that do this.
You got me thinking now. But I do think it'd be a great podcast for you guys.
Or you guys.
Yeah, it's a good team up.
All right. I've got a Bluetooth mic. It might not be this good, but we can take it on the go. Yeah.
So how's it been growing Stupendous Love? Like, what are the
We're still in
challenges?
the very early days. And when I say we, I mean me.
Yeah.
Still really in the early days, and I'm learning a lot. I've had a career in the financial service industry for over 20 years, and life is different after they pass. Work was all I had left in my brain. I obviously still had loved ones and friends, but this has been in there in the depths of me somewhere, and has been growing. And knowing that it's just me, a party of one right now, I've tried to be really smart about building it and creating a scalable vision of what can I do on my own, what can I not do on my own, who do I partner with. So through Raisa, right? She's a super connector from Project Lean Nation. As this brainchild of mine was like working through my head, and how do I set it up, and what do I want to do, and I thought I wanted to do some merch because I got a lot of I had a small merch shop that was now called Stupendous Love that I set up after Ava passed, because a lot of these events were being established, and strangers were reaching out to me to get merch, and it wasn't necessarily my event, so I couldn't get it to them. It wasn't an online it wasn't set up in a way in which people could just buy it. So I created something small off to the side. But as Stupendous Love came together, I knew merch would be a piece to it, because it's something tangible that people can have. And I think people sometimes need something tangible. I don't, in the near future of this business, seeing this being this huge profitable arm, right? It's merch, but it does feel good and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where that went. And I partnered with a young lady that has her own print shop called Print House Inc. She's local, right in Marcellus. She was also at our pop-up shop this weekend.
Oh, okay. She knows candles.
Yeah, she was with the candles. So she also has a candle business.
yeah.
She has everything together. She
I think like dishes or something like that.
Yes. They're awesome. She's awesome. But what's great with her, she helped me. Like, we had some conversations, and Marisa introduced me to her, because I'm like, I don't know how to do this. And I had some ideas, but I'm like, I don't know how to do it in a way. I don't like the vendor I'm currently using, because I don't like the quality of it. It doesn't, even if I change my designs to this new brand, I'm not feeling it. It doesn't, you're going to get it in the mail, or if I got it in the mail, I'd be like, oh, this doesn't feel stupendous to me. And she was able to help me set things up on a print on demand basis. So I've really looked for partners that can help me learn things fast, or where I can automate as much as possible, or partner with people so that I can grow Stupendous Love in a way in which, if I stay in the financial services industry, I can do this as my side gig and scale up and figure out the right time to pivot out. Or if circumstances change and this is it for me, that I can use that time and space to learn how to grow and scale my business smarter and more efficiently. Again, right, party of one. So the vision is to grow that out. There will be a keynote and motivational speaking and community partnership piece that will come out of it. So more to come on that, but it is building out.
I think merchandise is important, because people that buy sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, right? I mean, it's not like they're not going to buy it. Whether it's going to have your logo or not. If they were at the store, they'll buy Nike or whatever, right? So just buy something that at least the money goes somewhere and stays in the local economy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's that a little bit of money that helps things kind of continue to grow, cover certain bills, certain expenses, stuff like that. Whatever it costs to run that business, there's expenses. So I feel like merchandise is a good starting point to cover those small expenses going forward, and then give you that time and room to grow and new ideas.
Yeah, correct.
I wish people to buy more and learn.
Well, but it definitely funds it. Like, you got these big box stores, you got these big companies. Like, if none of us here bought anything, they don't give a shit, right?
Yeah, right.
But if no one ever bought your stuff, that's a huge dent
Yeah.
That's a huge financial burden.
Yeah.
Like Rowan says, we've got out of pocket for this. I mean, it's
Sure.
but
We all do.
this is what we do, and this is how we're trying to contribute.
Yeah.
But again, the community is such a big support, right? For everything.
Huge.
And local, selling usually local for your merchandise is,
Yeah.
is another benefit. You know,
Yeah.
you might pay a little more. I don't know
Yeah.
what the comparison is, but you're supporting someone local.
Correct. And it's a full circle. It's full circle. And I can't say enough about everyone that's helped Radisa. And I think that goes.
She's a great network.
She's if you ever want to network with someone who is really great at it, but is also one of the most quality people you'll ever meet, she is that. And I'm so grateful we became friends. In business talk, right? Was always secondary. Right? I've been in the business world to some degree for 20 years, and she moved out of healthcare into a health related business, but being a business owner. So we got to have a lot of conversations.
She's also a genuine person.
She is the most genuine person you'll ever meet. But she's introduced me to some really great people. I think we have very similar values, so I can trust her judgment. And she can always make a recommendation. Now you don't have to go with it, but it's really great to partner with people who care deeply. And Cassie from Print House Inc. and Ember and Ed is her boutique. Like, she's like, wow, this is a lot. This is big. And even after that first day, she's like, let me see what I can do. I'm calling the shop. I think you might run out of merch. And she went into her shop at like 6 or 7 the next morning to rapid fire print out whatever she had in stock for me so that I wouldn't run out of merch. And what kind of great partnering, great local business. I will happily support you. You want to support people that will support you in that way and want to see you succeed as much as you want to succeed yourself and support them.
Yeah.
You have my size.
Small. You guys probably wear the same size shirt. Yours fits you. His a belly shirt.
Yeah. I actually stopped over suggesting to get more, and I'm ordering more things. So
No, I'm just joking. I'm glad they were
So you have a store for this, or you will meet is a separate store?
It's online only, but I am doing some small pop-ups here or there. I don't know if a storefront. When and where storefront comes into play, maybe a small consignment or a small co-op type situation might make sense. For me, being a party of one, the store would be really cool, fun to have. But how do I build the other things out? So I'm trying to figure out where that makes sense. But being strategic about the pop-up shops and partnering with the right people or the right organizations, and I'm going to try a couple more in a few weeks.
I should clarify. I didn't mean a standalone building.
Oh,
I meant like a store website.
Like an e-com. Yep, I do. So stupendouslove.com is my website. And on the website, you can link right to our store.
I see. Okay. And that's all the print-on-demand stuff. So
it's
out of pocket, buying it up front.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. There are some instances where I do buy some things up front. For the pop-up shop, I purposely did that. And I want to keep it fun and interesting, and I don't want to gouge people, but I want to keep it people coming back and wanting more. So I'm going to do some limited edition things. I might do some things that are seasonal and relevant that are fun, but also might be an indirect tie back to Ava, right? So I have a couple of things in the works for spring, summer.
Good. That's perfect.
Yes.
You thought about writing a book?
I have. I have some little pieces here or there. I think a lot of people have reached out to me, friends wise, not publishers, about writing a book. I have, obviously this is a huge and interesting kind of dynamic story. This might not be the right time or audience right this second, but I actually have
No,
that's okay. But I've had a pretty big and interesting and old life. Even before I met Chris, and then met Chris, and we got married, and had Ava, and what an incredible, and full of all the emotions and things that he's going through. So a book might work itself out. I have a TEDx talk that I've been partnering with someone to help me take everything I've written so far and craft it into a good. Something that sounds better in a story format as opposed to here are the facts, right? Let me tell you, right? And it's so well done. And I think from there I pivot and and expand upon it into a book, because I think there's some moments in there that are really cool. Might be interested to hear more. Like, wait, how did we get here? This is kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did attend that, so you didn't.
I have a keynote prepared, and I'm working with a company to help me find the right TEDx conference to partner with. So, fingers crossed, 26 it will happen. I will absolutely let you know. But yeah, it's all done. It's all drafted. We worked for a few months. Took everything I'd been writing for a long time. There's a big intake form. There's an interview process to see if at least the company I'm working with, to help you really craft it into something engaging.
Yeah,
The office.
these things are so difficult. Like it's so great that you can get help like that.
Yeah.
Because you have these ideas, you want to do these things.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you start?
And that was it. Like I can write some things, but does it sound right? Is it delivered right? Let me get a unbiased opinion and some unbiased advice from someone to help me put it together, and that's been really helpful for me.
Yeah.
And it sounds fortunate. So you've got all these pieces, all these components, all this is what, but you've been able to identify and work with people that are helping you do it. Some people struggle with even getting, who am I going to do this? I just can't find me. But you seem to have people lined up that helping you along the way to kind of peg off each of
I
these,
have
right?
been really fortunate to have people either point into a specific person or say, "Hey, I've heard of ...
Mhm.
I'm also very guilty of getting down rabbit holes online.
I do that. I do that.
So I want to do this. How, dear internet, how do I make this happen? And then I'll see an idea and I'm like, okay, dear internet, let's dig a little deeper, right? And so what started is, how do I do this? Well, over the course of several hours or several days, many, many late nights, like it'll all start to come together. And even though it's uncomfortable for me to be out and extrovert, I know that one, that was my livelihood, right? Working in financial services, I was very forward facing with the public, and or leading teams. So I had to, my livelihood depended on it. But um, if I'm not curious and if I don't do the work, it's not gonna happen. So if I want to bring this vision to life, I have to ask, or I have to be brave enough to ask a question, or can you point me in the direction? And the worst someone can say is no. And they can be rude about it and say F off.
Right.
And okay, see you later. Have a nice day.
So
Bye.
rarely is that probably going to happen.
That's an extreme.
Rarely. But I've had a couple of people that are weird, like, oh, I'm all in, I want to help you, and then they like vanish. And that's fine. That's their prerogative.
Well, you wouldn't want to work.
I would never want to work with them anyways. And that's fine. And I'm
Yeah.
perfect with that. So
It weeds itself out.
it weeds itself out, and I'm giving it a go. I'm doing the best I can. I'm asking questions. People have been so kind and generous to offer help, point me in a direction, give me a name or a phone number of someone to talk to. I had like this weird evolution of 6 Degrees to Kevin Bacon. You guys have
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
We love bacon.
I have had innumerable instances, especially for the last couple of years, of 6 Degrees to Kevin Bacon, right? Like I met someone who knew someone who knew someone, and it's worked out really well. And I've been going to this one coffee shop a lot over the last year or so. I've gone there before, on and off, and for a variety of reasons, started going there more frequently. One friend introduced me to another friend, then I started going more frequently. And in this coffee shop, a couple of months ago, there's this group of older gentlemen, and they were the best. I've never met them before in my life. They didn't know who I was. They kept walking by. They thought I was a reporter on the news.
Were you there doing something?
No, I was just on my computer. I think they thought I was working on a news story.
Okay.
I think I was in like work apparel, so probably a little more professional looking.
Yeah, you look newsy.
Yes, I do. So that just sparked a very casual conversation between strangers, like me, other one, this little quiet person, and this group of lighter old men who just come and hang out. They're largely retired and so on, and we've grown to become friends a little bit, and had been there in a little bit. Go back a couple of weeks ago just to start working, and hey, we haven't seen you in a while. And I got to, in that moment, like introduce them to Stupendous Love because it really was semi-existent when we first started our friendship. And they were great. We were talking about it, laughing, joking, and they're like, you know what we should see over here? And gosh, I hope it's okay to say this name, but gosh,
Is it a porn star? Is it a porn star?
no, it is not a porn.
Okay.
No, such an incredible person. So we were we were chit chatting, and they're like, "Oh, you should go see this guy over here. Do you know who that is?" I'm like, I don't, but I also wasn't really paying attention either. And I was supposed to scoot out, meet my sister somewhere at a certain time, and was running late. And I said, I can't. Can you just give them my card? It'd be great. That'll be fine. And they're like, no, we're gonna bring you over. We know this person. We're gonna introduce you. And I really don't think that they knew the person they were gonna introduce me to. I think that they had a chance meeting or a chance conversation many years back, but it was Don McPherson, and I gave him my card and just said, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. Because he was clearly there having a conversation with somebody else. And I always feel very awkward in those situations, gave my card. And later, I think I reached out and said, I'm really sorry for the introduction. Great to meet you. If we ever have a chance to have the conversation, love to hear more about what you're doing. And we have since had a chance to catch up and meet. And what a really kind human that just one conversation led to another and a chance encounter. And having the courage to just be like, hey, I'd love to hear more, and I'm really sorry for interrupting you, and really getting to meet people that way.
Are you finding it's getting easier for you to become more extroverted?
It's becoming easier. Very stereotypical of the introvert extrovert that like introverts recharge like when they're quiet. So like extroverting takes like so much energy out of you. I love it. It's such a joy. But I do notice how like the science, actually, the maths.
Yeah.
You have to get out there.
Yeah, I do really enjoy it, and it's one of the interesting things I think in connecting with people a lot more the last couple of years is you never know what someone's going through or what their life experience was, and I've had a chance to reconnect with some friends from high school that maybe we were more acquaintances than really great friends. I was weird and awkward and very extroverted then, and just reconnecting with them now 20 or 30 years later, like we had such similar lives that I never would have guessed. They never would have guessed, right? And so a lot of things they were going through then that made them who they were and what made me who I was, and we were very different people then. We were actually the same,
Right.
and it took all that time there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you grow up local around here?
Utica,
Okay, yeah.
so not too far.
Yeah. So good food out there.
Great food out there. Yeah, you should.
So we're by going
I know.
out, but not around people, maybe enjoying the nature.
Oh yeah, for sure. I really need to figure out winter here. I've lived here pretty much all of my life. I don't snowmobile, ski, snow. I don't. I really need to do.
Introvert. That's what you do in the winter.
I do. Honest to God, I've probably hibernated more this winter than I ever have
Especially
in
this
my
winter. It's a big winter.
Yeah. Brutal winter. But I need to do something. But I love to be outdoors. I'm not like crunchy granola outdoors, but in the spring, summer walks, runs, rollerblading, biking. I love to kayak. I'll go down to the park here, Baldwinsville Community Park, rent a kayak.
Yeah.
Just bought a paddleboard, used it once last year before the cold weather came. But I love to be outdoors. I love to be active, and it just feels good physically and mentally.
We're going to winter camping, right?
So you guys ice fishers?
No.
Are we doing separate tents? Can we do separate tents or we do the same tent?
Same tent if you want to keep warm.
Yeah.
How we keep warm?
Well, I like to go camping in the winter time, and I go up to Adirondacks and just kind of roughing it. Just pitch a tent in the snow, or if there's a lean-to that's open, then we'll use a lean-to and we'll sleep there.
So if you feel like good camping gear, I will say, like, that's not so much for me, but my father was military, and he had obviously some military gear, and he had this military sleeping bag growing up. And when it was really cold, and we didn't have a lot growing up, and times were tight, and we heated our house with a wood stove because even then, this wasn't National Grid then. Niagara Mohawk, it was, right?
Yeah.
that was really expensive. So we heated the house, and when it would be really cold, we would all like fight over the sleeping bag because you could literally sleep outside in sub-zero temperatures and be like, have to unzip it because you're too hot. So I think if you have the right gear and you enjoy it, then you're good. But
Yeah, the biggest thing. So depending on the style of winter camping you're doing, or any camping and backpacking, right? So if you're gonna trek some distance, you look for the warmest and the lightest things you can get, right? Because you got to carry all this weight in and out. So I like to splurge a little bit and not freeze my ass off.
You're super hairy too, so you can.
One day, look at my bald head.
Goosebumps.
It's super hairy.
Yeah, but like tomorrow morning, you have a full head of hair. It's gross. It'll look like yours tomorrow, huh?
There you
One.
go. Oh man.
But yeah, like I'd spend more money so that I'm not freezing because it's also dangerous. Like,
It's very
if you
dangerous.
go out there and you get lost or injured and you don't have the right equipment,
Well, there's a comfort piece too. You want that, right? You're not gonna sleep well if you're fucking shivering.
it's hard work to get out there and and then go back. But yeah, we'll try it. But
Yeah.
I like what I like about nature. I moved here from Boston, and it's
Oh, what part of Boston?
North Boston, like Lynn, Salem.
No way.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot. So I have a very dear family member. One of my aunts has lived in Boston since she was 18. And so 40-ish years maybe.
Oh no, like 20.
20 years. And she spent most of that in Lynn, and now she's in Swampscott. But love it. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in Lynn growing up. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry,
more
we can talk about
No,
that.
it's
Yeah.
okay. I lived in Lynn. I lived in Salem. I have, I know people live in the Hunt, which is right off the causeway from Lynn. But all my work has been in Boston. One of my jobs was actually right next door to Paul Revere's house. And I love Boston. It's just such a cool city.
Very cool.
But I love nature, and having that easy access here, for me, being out in nature is therapeutic. So I go hunting. It's me being out in nature, and I see amazing things. Just hearing forests wake up in the morning, it's amazing. And I do a lot of thinking. So sometimes I just remember things, maybe unfortunate things happen in my life, and just a nice quiet place for me to think and gather my thoughts and process some of this stuff. Uh, that's where, like, if you get out of the house and you go out in nature and use that time, whether it's going for a jog, like if you've done a trail run.
A little bit. Mostly road, but a little bit. But I do like to get out and hike here or there. Even I, the last couple of years of her life, would like let's go to Ithaca. I'm like, we can do a couple of things, but let's hike the waterfalls.
Yeah.
Right. As much as she liked to be active and out and doing those things, I understood she was also a teenager, so we do like Ithaca Commons and so on. But
Right.
we'd like the waterfall, and then she'd hop in the waterfall, and I grew up with like spending almost all my childhood outside. So I get it. And my grandparents had a little bit of like a woods, foresty area for the backyard. So anytime we were out there, which was a lot, multiple days a week, you could go through the woods, down the creek, and play in the rocks, do crawfish, and like make paint out of rocks, and
So you dip your toes in nature and then go back to civilization with the house. Right?
Yes, yeah. No, it was really. I'm really grateful for my upbringing, even with the challenges. There was a lot of outdoor and a lot of simplicity, growing your own food and cooking your own food from scratch, and doing a lot of that, being outside. So we're doing a lot of indoors things now. I've really appreciated that.
You have a lot of siblings? Sorry.
I'm the oldest of 4.
Oh, all sisters?
2 sisters and a brother. Yeah.
Man, I see your sister around sometimes. You guys look the same.
Did you see her at this pop-up shop?
She was leaving.
Oh, okay.
I think she was leaving. I
She's
was
like asking like, "Roman, she wasn't there."
Well, I'm trying to remember
was
what
she
day you were there. It probably was. Yeah, probably was it.
when
Second
I
day?
arrived, I was there Saturday.
Saturday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's funny. We I only look like I only get that now since like my hair is this color because they're blondish, but I did not look like any one of my siblings growing up, not one of them. And I would always joke I'm adopted. But we do look a lot alike now, and it's my youngest sister, so I have a sister and brother in the middle.
So I arrived there and I was like, I know there's an event today because I was telling Marisa I'm doing work nearby, so that's why I was like there almost every day grabbing shakes. And I wanted to support the event. And then your sister was leaving. I was like, there's no way she would leave.
Oh, you thought it was her?
Yeah. I was like, why would she leave? Like, whatever. I was like, I'm doing it anyway. So, and then you were there. I was like, man. And then I saw pictures of her. She's taller than you.
I'm the oldest and shortest.
All the wisdom.
Yes.
So, yeah, I saw, and I was like, oh, okay, probably related.
Yeah. But it was, yeah, she's her. She and I love all of my family very much, but she and I are pretty close. We're very similar in our personality and things that we like and like to do. And she has a son that is about 1.5 years, 2 years older than Ava, and they were very close growing up. And around the time Ava passed, and just by virtue of her son being a little bit older, kind of her son's still around and still lives at home, but he's an adult for the most part. Like, it's really funny.
Always really ever adults.
I don't know, but he's trying to be, and he's such a good kid. But we're so similar, and we kind of, the universe kind of lined it up that we were at the same time, and she's a single mom, so like we get to live together as much as we can when our schedules line up. So it's pretty cool.
All your family members have been very supportive.
Yeah, really, really supportive, and everyone goes through it their own way. But everyone, I don't know. There's very few people who have not been supportive, and those that are, if we want to call them unsupportive, really, the way in which they do that is they just vanish off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Or I never hear from them again. So, and that's their prerogative.
Maybe they don't know how to deal with it.
I think it's a combination of things, and that's certainly a piece of it. Yeah. Yeah. And it kind of goes back to what you said earlier, like, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So,
interesting.
Yeah, real interesting.
I'm so happy you could make it.
Thank you so much for inviting me. This is great. So much fun.
The event was pretty cool. The pop-up event. It seemed like, just following on social media, you guys had a good turnaround, and hopefully you sold a lot of merch too.
More than I expected. It was fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, I told Raisa, and yes, I have big dreams for Stupendous Love. If nothing else ever happened again after this weekend, I would feel very fulfilled, and I'd be okay with it.
Yeah. No, there's more.
I think so too. I think so too.
No, it's
but it was really very fulfilling.
She was. I tried the signature smoothie.
The chocolate cherry.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It was surprising. I didn't expect. No, in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way.
It's like a bad beer. It's not how you describe it.
It was.
No, it was in a good way because I've never tried the chocolate and the cherry flavor together.
Really?
And any drink at all?
Like not a Black Forest cake or Black Forest anything?
How about chocolate dipped cherries?
I had chocolate dipped strawberries.
No, it's different.
No, you can dip chocolate.
I'm just saying it was.
All right, you're on a mission now.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to get onions to get chocolate cherries.
Chocolate.
No, like I've seen I don't drink stouts, but I've seen it a lot in a stout, like a chocolate cherry stout.
Yeah.
So that's your mission to get one in the fridge.
Well, we've had them before. We've had them on here.
Chocolate cherry.
No, it wasn't a stout. It was maybe it was a bourbon barrel aged one.
We've had bourbon
with those chocolate and cherry. I think it was from this place out of Kentucky, but it's okay. He doesn't remember because he just doesn't.
All right. So you tried the chocolate cherry drink. Yeah,
it was good, and you could feel cherry is out front.
Yeah,
you feel it right away. You taste it right away in the chocolate.
You feel it right away, brother.
So when you're not having the chocolate cherry dream, which is just this short limited period, what's your favorite shake? Is it the same as mine?
Is it PB and J?
Yes.
Mine's the Hangover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I also like the Gladiator.
Yeah, that was really good.
That's
But
good.
PB and Jack is my favorite.
Yeah, what are they gonna? They have to like stick with that forever.
I
They
think
get
so.
so that's like the most popular one.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
got a good flavor.
my friend got me onto that one. He's like, "Oh, you got to go try the PB and Jack." So, and it was good. She did the hangover for us when we interviewed her at the.
That's all I do when I go there, because we always go to Movie Tavern or the Chinese food place there, or the
Japanese.
Oh, okay.
yeah, the wok. What is it called? Not the wok place.
The behind it, the Japanese.
I've not been there, but I did see them. I don't know if they were walking through it all when you were there, but they kept bringing, I think, to the restaurant, like from their cars, like fistfuls of Valentine's balloons and flowers, like into the restaurant for Valentine's Day. Yeah.
I got the drink and rice. It's like, oh, you got to take the photo.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, do I have to? I'm like,
Oh,
here
so
from
fun,
North.
yeah, that-
I don't think so. No, there's no.
You didn't
photo.
take it?
No.
Oh,
You guys were already taking it down. I was like, okay, good.
Oh,
That was her sister. Her sister took it.
No, there were two guys.
you know what though? You should have done it because you know what? Like some of them took brilliant pictures, and you know, then there's me who just couldn't get the timing right. So if there's 50 pictures of me and all of them, probably my eyes are closed for 4 a.m. But they're so funny. They're so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm here from work after work, like kind of taking you pretty, not like dressed or
Yeah.
whatever.
Do they? Either do you get the meals?
He does.
I know.
Yeah.
You do. What?
I've been
do you have
getting it for over a year now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
PB and Jack.
There's, I like chicken Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo is good. That's one of my favorites.
I like the Mexican bowl with beef and
Yeah.
corn and there's like jalapeno. in it.
Yeah.
I like the breakfast burrito, tacos.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. There's few. I like the veggie burger. It's like a veggie burger.
I do like veggie burgers. I don't know if I've had that
Yeah.
one.
That's pretty good. It's a little spicy.
Well, only if you knew the
So
owner.
I'm cheating on that one. I'm cheating on
All
that
right.
one. I'm actually toasting like sandwich buns. That's all right.
It's dipping in a bacon.
It's all right.
Dip it, slide it with mayonnaise. And all that.
It's fine. It's supposed
Never
to.
make the cup anymore.
It's all in there. It's all going to be in there. Yeah.
I'll have to come clean when she's here. But I was like, yeah, I modify some, but and I try to stick. So they help me with portion control.
Mhm.
But like, I'll have some nuts and yogurt afterwards.
Guilty pleasure foods.
Uh-huh.
Guilty pleasure. I like ice cream.
I like chili cheese Fritos.
Oh, I do too.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
With ranch dressing or something.
I haven't had one good.
Oh, you should try it. It's PB.
Listen, I will tell you a horrifying story about me. And
This is gonna make the edit, so tell it.
that's all right.
Bring the
But
mic a little closer.
when I was in college, one of my jobs was like giving campus tours for student recruitment and so on. And I at that point was going to college in University of Utah, so they also had
What?
the same. It's a long story. but
He's got roots in Utah.
I
Wait,
lived in Utah.
Wait, where? Wait, what?
Wait,
Are
he
you
lived-
related?
He lived at the University of Utah.
No. I went to high school, Highland High.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
How did you? Oh, we're going to have to connect
Yeah.
after this. Yeah,
Okay.
wow, it's really crazy. But I went there for a little while and, just I would go from one building and thankfully most of them were connected. So you didn't have to walk outside too much from where I was going. But I would always have to walk through the food hall and great freshman 40, maybe for me like 8 million. But they had, do you remember Higher Spaghetti?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. I'm trying to think of what it would be like out here, but kind of
Is
like
that a food name?
so root beer. It's a root beer brand, kind of more West Coast, but like A&W, but it was
Okay.
Higher Spaghetti, and they would have it was like
Oh, Big H.
yeah,
BIGH.
Higher Spaghetti,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was like Big H, like BEGH. Big H.
My list.
No. Big H.
No, but they had the most delicious chili cheese fries
Okay.
on planet Earth, and I don't know if there's a day I didn't get them. It's so good,
Yeah.
and obviously I really like the Fritos.
I love those things, and they're just so universal. But then I had the barbecue ones, and
That-
it tastes almost the same.
No,
Yeah, there's a barbecue and chili cheese, but it's more fun to say chili cheese.
I would agree. I would never pick up the barbecue bag. I don't pick.
I think it was, that was left over, so I had to just grab that one
Yeah.
all the time. But
Mm.
yeah, so that's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. I ice cream and
And beer.
just ice cream.
Clearly.
Clearly, we got a tap.
I don't know.
Keg over
I
there.
don't know if a cigar and the bourbon counts as a guilty pleasure.
No, I can. Yeah.
That's a reward.
I
I
like
think it's a
that.
guilty reward.
I don't do that often, but when I do, I try to have it in the right setting so I can actually enjoy it.
Yeah, I
I'm
think that
not
makes
like
sense.
stressed out.
Yeah.
Like thinking about.
So basically, 6 months of Syracuse weather, you don't get to have it because you should.
No.
You should outside. There's a porch cigar.
You can sit outside.
Well, do you have like an outside fire area, like a fire pit? Okay, I can do that in the winter if it's good fire warm enough.
My neighbor's always like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna have a fire." Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. I even have chopped wood already, ready to go.
Oh, just do it. Just SOS, fire's on.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, send the smoke signal.
I was just
Well,
gonna
we want
say-
the signal to be this.
Or, yeah, there you go. You have to like the next level of your tech here will be drones.
Yeah.
Drones you can do
Oh,
the light
great.
shows.
Yeah. Oh, we could do that.
We host annual event here during Seneca River Days.
Okay.
We call it Hops on the River, Hops on the Seneca.
He doesn't know what we call it.
Stop. And so we're always trying to like how we're gonna market this because our first time people didn't even know it was a public event, so they just kept walking by.
It was outside. It was at this DIY event center across from People on
Island.
Used to be like.
I know what you're talking
different-
about. Yeah.
And-
Like had my eye on that building.
Yeah.
So if you want, we can talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were like waving people like come down, and then we would hear from other people like restaurant owners like, "Hey, do you guys know people here are talking about your event? They didn't think it was public."
So they just walk right by.
So the second year, better.
This is a second.
Oh, this isn't.
This will be the second.
All
Yeah,
right.
April 13th. See you there.
I think I could be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll hear about it for sure.
Well, hopefully everybody will, right?
Yeah. We will improve this time. We got all kinds of 3D holographic signs and everything.
Perfect.
Yeah. But Heather, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Making time to come out here. I love what you're building.
Thank you.
There's a sad story that kind of started this, but it's
Happy ending. And we won't even call it
It's-
happy next chapter.
Yeah.
yeah,
Happy next chapter.
it's you're building something that will make a change in maybe many people's lives, including your own.
Yeah.
So and we'll follow, we'll support,
Thank you.
talk to
Vice
us.
versa.
Yeah. So thank you very much. And
Thank you.
it was fun. Glad to catch up. And we want to say thank you to all of our actually before we do that,
How do we get something drank taster?
can you just don't put it on there.
I'm not afford it. You gotta wear it home.
No. I mean, I'll be fine going home. Not gonna worry. Jeez, so please.
Can you
I'm gonna get a tattoo of it.
can you just mention your website again and the store and how
Sure.
can people reach out to us?
So my website is stupendousLove.com. The merch shop is located right within that website. So just look on the menu and you'll see shop. You can also follow me on social media. Long story, but I have 2 social media channels right now. Heather is Stupendous Love and Stupendous Love Official on Instagram is generally the best way to find me.
And we'll include that in the episode description as well. So thank you to all the followers, all the listeners. Thank you to our sponsors, Apex Property Management and FM Realty Group for your real estate and commercial needs. Thank you, Hopped Up Network. And am I missing anybody?
Brews and banterstore.com.
Oh, please support this podcast. Please go to brewsandbanterstore.com to buy our merch. And there's one of them. So we appreciate everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Bye, everybody.